All right, good morning, guys. You've seen the interview with Mr. Todd. What's kind of interesting is Todd had some questions for me. Basically, when I asked him a question, well, not all the time, but on a few of the questions, he said, well, what is it for you? Right? After he answered the question, but after that, he said, well, what is it for you? Let's see. So, today's the 12th, obviously. Okay, so today is August 12th. For those of you tracking a different way, Big Turkey starts school tomorrow, 8/13. So on 8/12, so let's go from there. This will be a guest driver interview with Bray, me. Behind me, in case you're wondering, man, this car is good looking, isn't it? Yes, it's a Tesla Model S. I didn't even check. Oh, I need to check that, right? You want to know if it's dual motor or not? Okay, I'll look. But anyway, so that's what's going on here. And in the perspective of past 3 years, it's been 3 years already. Wow. From a perspective of 3 years of EV ownership, which will be very different than when I first did this. Okay, onward, upward, charge. Okay, well, it doesn't have a plaid badge here, so I guess that means it's a dual motor. So, Mr. Todd, if you're listening to this, the answer to one of your questions is, it's almost exactly this. It has the air wheels on it too. I've always been, I don't really care about having the white seats. Although I can tell you right now, looking at these white seats, that looks pretty good. And yes, this is the color I would get if it was that easy for me. It's an extra cost option, but what a beautiful car. Anyway. Okay, Ray, what led you to EVs? Well, I tell a story, and my friend says that's not the way it happened, but anyway, a friend of mine said something like, well, but what do you think about Tesla? Like, Tesla? So I didn't really know, I didn't know much about Tesla at that time. I've heard of it, but did I know anything about it? Not really. But the way it usually works is amongst the group I'm in, I tend to be the guy when it comes to technology things like Teslas. I'm the first one to go try it out. Am I an early adopter? No. What you can differentiate, right? There's the people who adapt really early, and there are people who, once it starts becoming like a known thing, they adopt. But that's ahead of the curve. That's kind of where I am on some things, is like, once it's shown what it can do, but before everybody else goes into it, that's where I tend to be. Anyway, so Tesla required I got on YouTube and said, well, what can you show me on Teslas? I came across this guy named Kyle Connor, Out of Spec Studios. I think this was Out of Spec Motoring. So he was driving a Tesla across the country. I said, well, wait, what? You could drive across country? So that's the thing I've heard of EVs for, but I had two friends, Todd's one of them, who bought Nissan Leafs. Nissan Leaf was really just a city car. Now I want a car that can do more than just city. So anyway, Kyle was showing you, you can drive across country. So okay. So I found Tesla.com, checked out how do I go take a test drive, went down to the Tesla domain store, and took a test drive. It only took that test drive. Okay? You're listening to a guy who's previously had a Porsche 911. Did I drive the Porsche 911 fast? No. I enjoyed accelerating, but there's a limit to what you can do, right, before you get a ticket. So I've never really, I shouldn't say that, but legally, I didn't exceed the speed limit by more than 5 miles an hour at any time. Okay? Now, maybe the car may have gone a little faster once or twice, but that's it. Okay? Yes, I liked accelerating away. So you get in this Tesla, you put your foot on the accelerator, bam, down the road. Holy cow. Why would you not want this car? Okay, because you don't want a car that performs. Okay, I get it. They have other cars that aren't big performers, right? But as soon as I felt that acceleration, that started the wheels. That was the moment. And there's actually several different groups, but this is one particular group that said butts and seats. And that's what happened with me. Is I got in the driver's seat, felt it instant on. Okay. From that point on, it was like, okay, how do I get a Tesla? So that's what led me to EVs. My two friends with the Nissan Leafs confirmed for me that at least Nissan Leaf was not an option for me because it's just 100-mile range or 90, whatever it is. I couldn't drive to Houston and back. Okay? So I think that's the answer to your question. Okay, so what are the two most favorite features of your car or manufacturer? Well, let's start with number one. Okay? This is what got me there. The superchargers. Right? There was a moment in time when they said, it's the economy, stupid. So in this case, it's the superchargers. I can actually drive. Okay, I can't drive to any particular place in the United States of America, but I can drive to almost any place in the United States of America. And I've been up to Yellowstone, I've been out to California, I've been up to Massachusetts, I've been to Maine, I've been to, okay, I didn't drive into Canada, but I've been to the Canadian border in my Tesla Model 3 and my Model Y. So there you go. That's number one. Number two, full self-driving supervised. Now, do I wish it was unsupervised? Yes. But I have FSD in my Model 3. What a game changer. And somebody was saying in a video, you know, as they're driving in the robotaxi, you notice we're not talking about the robotaxi and how it's working. We're talking about other stuff. Oh, it's related to it, but it's not about how it's performing. That's how effortless it is. Now, I have FSD supervised, so I'm still supervising. I'm still watching. And there's probably times when I wish I wasn't watching because it makes me nervous at times because it does stuff that I would not do. Does that mean it's wrong? No, it just means I would not do it personally. Just like to drive up here today to West Austin. For some reason, FSD decided he had to cut in front of a pickup that we were even with for a while. There was space behind the pickup. We could have went behind him. Human driver Ray would have gone behind that truck. FSD insists on being in front of him. Less drama being behind him. But anyway, those two things, superchargers and FSD. Wow. Okay, so the next question is, what two features of your car manufacturer do you not really care for? Okay, so let's take on number one. When I first bought my Model 3, I tried putting on Tesla insurance. Now, when I drive FSD, I do a brake on FC off when I want to interrupt. Well, Tesla insurance is monitoring every time you hit the brake. And so they're counting that as negative points. So the insurance rate was going up. It was accelerating quickly. I had to get out of it. Okay? Tesla insurance, I mean, I guess if they taught you how to drive to satisfy the insurance, that'd be helpful. That wasn't there, so I mean, if you have to have Tesla insurance, try to have FSD, and try to have FSD that works, right? Because when I first got into, I think it was FSD 12. Did it work? Yes, but it was still like I would still interrupt when I didn't like what was going on. Right? I'm sorry, I'm one of those guys. I interrupt. Or I interrupt FSD. So, is there something to be said for a Tesla insurance? Yeah, I guess. But it cost me twice as much as my regular insurance. Right? So, I was looking at getting Tesla insurance in part because I want to do robo-taxi when that came to that point. But I guess we'll have to wait and see what it is when it eventually shows up. Okay. The second feature, I mean, I hate to pick on this. Sometimes service just takes a while. Like, I had a crack in my windshield. I had to get the windshield replaced. The crack was migrating horizontally across the windshield. So if I kept driving the car, so I had to park the car in my garage, waiting for service time. So it took just over a week. I'm here now, but it took over a week to get that service, and that's just replacing the windshield. A normal, common, everyday occurrence. Okay? So sometimes service just takes a long time. I mean, it's been an ongoing discussion. They've made differences, they made changes, but it's still not great. Then again, how often do you need to do service? Pretty rare. Okay, so what feature would you like to add to your car if you could? Well, it's a feature that's been promised, but we're not there yet. So for those of you who haven't heard, Tesla Robotaxi is running a limited status here in Austin in a geofence area. What my reason around the Model 3 with FSD, I mean, I don't know, I mean, looking back on it, it should have been a Model Y, right? But anyway, all those rules have changed since I bought FSD. But anyway, what I would really like is to add my car, or cars actually, because I'd like to add my Model Y as well, but it's hardware 3. So, but conceptually, as Todd kind of put it, that's what I'm looking for. I want to put my car into the Tesla Robotaxi fleet, my cars, to make money. Now, will I actually make money? That's a good question. I've been asked that question. I don't know. And it's pretty clear we're not going to know any of those answers until sometime towards the end of next year. Now, that could change in the future, but that's the way it looks at the moment. So, we'll have to wait and see. Onward, upward charge. Ray, if you could have any car, really EV, but any car, what car would you get? What's that behind me? Oh, it's a Model S. It's in the Quicksilver color. Is that what the name of it is? Whatever, the silver color. It is a dual motor. It's a Model S. Oh, I love Model S. It should do around 400 miles on a full battery pack. Something like that. So it has good range. It's very comfortable. Although I haven't driven this car, so I don't know for sure on this car. But I'm pretty sure it's pretty comfortable. Can I do camp mode? Yes. I'm not sure I laid a mattress in one. Not in this one, but in another Model S. So all that works for me. All right, so let's take a look. We have the silver. We have the Aero wheels. Looking at the white interior, oh, I do like the white interior. That's nice. And let's see, do I have anything to say about back? Oh, so it is a hatchback. Hint, hint, Tesla. I wish my Model 3 was a hatchback like this. I mean, why not? You already do Model Ys. But anyway, this is the car. Okay, so what did you know about EVs 10 years ago? I think actually for Todd and my friend Mark, their Nissan Leafs were around 12 years ago. So I kind of knew about them, but they struck me as cars you just drive around town. The Nissan Leaf, that is. I had another friend who had a Tesla Model S, and I asked her a few questions about it, but when I said it's kind of expensive, she just shut up. And yes, the answer is yes, it was expensive at the time. It was like $100,000. But if you knew how good it was, it'd be worth it to you, I think. But anyway, that's what I knew about it. I mean, I didn't know. I knew that Teslas were expensive. I didn't know much about it. Okay? That's the right answer. Is I didn't know much about EVs at that point in time. Okay, so the final thoughts. Having watched things go on around me, I mean, you hear people say stuff and you're like, yeah, but it's this or it's that. And you're like, okay, whatever. I get it. Everybody has to make their own decision, and it has come to a point where it's interesting to them, right? If it's not interesting to them, you're just talking for no reason. But the final thought really is, if you haven't thought about, well, okay, there's the political part of this too, right? But if you don't have a political problem with it, why have you not done a test drive on a Tesla? Now I get it, a lot of you can't afford to buy a new car. Okay, my Model 3, because I got with the $7,500 tax credit. Yay. I mean, you only have a few weeks if you want to get that $7,500 tax credit. It's just the way it is. I traded in my old Model 3 that came in for $20,000, so I'm financing $20,000. Okay. After tax credit, I think I was down somewhere around $37,000 for a brand new car. Brand new car. Okay. So tell me, what if you're buying a brand new car, what brand new car are you buying that costs much less than that? Now, yes, you can get a Chevy Trax. I'm sure Ford has something that costs less. Toyota definitely does. So I get it. If you're saying that having that gas-powered vehicle was worth it to you, yeah. We're kind of close. If you look at statistics, the cost of a Model 3 rear-wheel drive versus the average price of a gas-powered vehicle is pretty close to the same thing. Okay? It's close. So the real question is, where are you going into the future? Right? I get it. We're in Texas. We're an oil gas state. Some people are really concerned about keeping those poor oil drillers in business. I'm not. Right? If you have a product that's worth buying, people buy it. They don't need my government support. So there's that part. But going back to what I said, once I drove it, knew what it was, oh, I had to have it. Right? So the question is, why aren't you doing it? Now, there are some people who are going, yeah, but okay. Go test drive a Chevy. Go test drive a Ford. Go to Honda, get a Prologue, which is really a Chevy under the skin. Right? There's choices. If you're a Subaru owner, they have the Solterra. If you're a Toyota person, try the BZ4X. I mean, look around before you commit, though, right? The BZ4X is, although it's gotten better. Okay? See if you can lease instead of buying. Can you tolerate that? The spot I'm in right now, I wish I had leased my Model 3. Although the Model 3 has the FSD in it, so I don't know, but that's kind of where I'm at. So there's my final thought for you. So if you haven't test drove an electric car, why not? Yeah. What gas station do you go to? Where do they get their gas from? Obviously gas is refined from oil, right? And we use, light sweet. We use light sweet crude, which is not coming from the United States, right? It's coming from other countries. So we're importing that oil. So who are you supporting? I don't know. But there you go. Get over yourself. Just go try it. Know for yourself what the problems are. What? Oh, the battery's going to die in 2 years? Let's see, my 2023 still running perfectly fine. My previous Model 3 was a 2020, had no problems. Yes, my 2024, it's pretty new still. But come on, man. Just try it. Just get over it.